Another great way to add some customization to your course is by incorporating links. So this is the links icon. If for some reason you do not have this icon in your menu, please shoot me an email and let me know. For some reason, if there was not a link present in a lot of courses that migrated over under our update, it did not by default include that in the menu. So if you do plan on using links, please just email me and we'll get that added to your menu for you if you don't see it. But to access the links, you'll click this icon right here and click New Link. To add the new link, you will provide the URL after you give it a title. This is the URL. You'll select where the URL goes, You'll select whether it's published, or if you do not want it visible to students yet, you can leave that as no, or if you want it time released for some reason. So if you want a volunteer not to be able to view it until they've been in the course for a week or something like that, you can do so as well. And then you can give it a description if you would like anything in particular, any instructions or anything they're supposed to do with the video, you can include that in the description. A couple words about this location. So again, the location is where the link goes. And then you have a couple of options. The first option is to open it in a new window, which means you'll get a second window open at the top. So your students will still have your course open, but they'll click to this other window to view the link. Typically, the links are going to be videos for most of our private courses. To open it in the same window, what that's going to do is it's again going to take them out of your course and is going to play the video or open up the article or whatever it may be. It's going to do that in the same window, but by taking them out of your course. So they will no longer kind of have easy access to the other elements in your course if you do it that way. Depending on what the resource is, that might be fine, or you may have other things that you want them to do. So just keep that in mind. What open in an inline frame is going to do is it's actually going to open the resource in a box within the course. So if you think about how the training elements play, those SCORM objects or presentations, how they kind of play in the little box, those are inline frames. And you can specify kind of the width of those frames to make sure that your items fit in there. But that's what that's going to do. So essentially, a resource will become accessible kind of within your course for participants from their point of view. It's just going to be another element incorporated into your course. If you're doing videos in particular, my preference is to either do the inline frame or the squeeze box window. What the squeeze box window is, it's essentially a pop-up. So when they click on that link, the pop-up is essentially going to pull up whatever that resource is for them. They'll still see the course kind of in the background, so they won't be going anywhere else to view it, but it does kind of darken the background and put an emphasis on what's in that box. A couple words about if you do choose to incorporate a video. Typically, if you're going to include a video, you're going to have to include some additional text besides just the link. So that way you're pulling the video only. So if, for example, I have a YouTube video that I want to view, YouTube typically generates a link for you. However, if you use that link that it generates for you automatically and put that here, what's going to open in your little squeeze box or your little viewing box there is going to be the entire like YouTube page with the comments, the option to comment, and all that kind of good stuff as well. If you're taking them to a new window, that might be fine, but if you are just wanting the video itself to play and don't kind of want any other distractions, you're going to want to make sure that you insert what's called the embedded URL, which is going to be a URL that kind of directs the computer to embed just that video file. So you should have included in the list of resources for customizing the course a little cheat sheet of how to embed different files. The most common one is going to be YouTube. So I'm just going to kind of paste this for you here. And what you're going to do with the test one that I gave you, I replaced all of this with X's. So when YouTube generates a video file for you, it gives it an identification kind of string of keys. All you want to do to embed it in here is to put that right there. Okay, and we're going to say we want it to open in an inline frame. And this is what I was talking about, the specifying the size of the box. 480 is typically what you're going to do, or typically what I do. That's kind of the width, or accommodates the proper width as well. So, and we'll click save. And now whenever you click that link, the video that I inserted there will open automatically. Now once you have that link, there are a couple ways you can direct your students to access it. You can direct them to click on the link icon where they'll have kind of a menu of the links that you've made available. You can also incorporate it into a learning path. So if you have some additional training or a client story or a client perspective that you want to include in your Love Approach training, you can go into the learning paths, find the learning path that you would like the video or resource or link incorporated into, and open it up. And then add the additional resource wherever you think it is appropriate. So we'll find the link, and we'll say this is some piece of legal advice, so I'm going to put it in legal principles. And click save. Whoops. There we go. And now if I scroll down here, it should show up after legal principles. Okay, so once I've inserted it into a learning path, essentially what that means is that they will be prompted to access that resource just as they're prompted to access the different resources that make up the training. Now, so I don't confuse anybody, I'm going to go ahead and delete that really quick. The other way that you can incorporate it into your course is if you already use more like a menu of training options on your course homepage, then you can incorporate this also as an element in your topic. So these are topics, and you're able to add different elements just by clicking this Add Elements button. And once you click that, you'll get a list of all of the different documents, all the different links that have been included in the course, all the different quizzes, and you can incorporate them that way. So we'll click on the link, click Save, and now our students can access the resource that way. So links is a really great way to incorporate some additional customization in your course. The links can be just about anything that points to a page on somewhere on the World Wide Web. Videos are a great resource to use the links for. Obviously YouTube lets you put, I believe, you can get a 10-minute video on YouTube for free, or you can pay for, I think, up to a 30-minute video, at least as of right now. I believe that's what it is. But there's some other providers that are out there as well. A lot of them are free, and you can control the permissions as well. I personally, for all of these training videos, have used YouTube, and I just set the permissions so that nobody can search and find my videos. They're public in that you don't have to be logged into YouTube to view them, but it's restricted so that they aren't searchable. So nobody's really going to stumble upon the videos unless they have the direct link. So that's just the way that I handle the videos in particular. But like I said, I think videos are a great resource to incorporate into the training, and can really help you use the private course to best meet the needs of your center and your staff and volunteers.